podcast. We're on take 45, just so you know.
Take 45, episode
36.
I'm your host, Eli.
And I'm Angelica.
Yes, and as she said, this is the Bona Fide Bullshit Podcast.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for some reason, kicking off this show between us fucking up the intro and then our son knocking on the door, blatantly hearing that we started.
I didn't fuck up the intro. You fucked up the intro.
You started the intro laughing, and then it was just kind of abrupt and.
I don't know what you had going on.
Yeah, it's just.
You had a long couple weeks.
It's been a long couple weeks, and especially like a day like today, which also you add those long couple of weeks.
Oh my god!
And then a fucking visit to the unholiest place in the mall, the DMV.
Oh, the DMV.
Yes. I mean, first off, we'll get into this real quick. First off, God bless the people who are working there. I know they got the odds stacked against them.
It's the happiest place on earth. It's kind of like Disney, you know?
Yeah,
it's like that.
Disney in hell. But it's like, I mean, the lines are ridiculously long. The wait is long. I mean, because of COVID, they have all these restrictions in place, and it's just.
But you've been super thirsty to get the real ID, so. You were like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm out in crack-ass Illinois, and I'm just going to fucking do it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of reasons why to get the real ID, not because of there's obviously the reason to travel, but
right.
Also there's a couple other stuff. I mean, my ID picture was, like, literally, like, over 10 years old. Because I get the automatic renewal, so my picture on there, like, even when I was traveling recently to Miami.
Now you have a more updated picture, but... a little taken off guard picture.
Yeah, and I can say that in a second about the whole taking off the being taken off guard, taking the picture. But yeah, I mean, it's just I ended up going to more of a rural area one because they tend to be less as congested. The one by us, the line goes for fucking blocks.
Yeah, someone posted on one of our like local Facebook groups pages a picture of the line, and it was long, and people brought the little outside chairs, the foldable
You had
ones,
to,
because I mean you're legit sitting there. And when I went back in, was it March? I think it was just this past year. So yeah, and it was still pretty cold out. I think I waited outside even for like, I know it was only probably 10-15 minutes, but still, it was, it's shitty. And then you go inside, you're sweating your ass off because the line's going this way and that way. It's like a fucking Great American line, and it's ridiculous. It's not a good.
It's
situation.
insane, and I wish it was a Great American line because then I'll be able to probably dull up a fast pass or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, I'm not taking anything against the workers. I know like the one lady, she was just like confessing to me everything that's been going on and how there's only two members there working, two employees working, and stuff with the state and with these regulations.
And you're
so
lucky
I get that 100%.
Those employees are nice because some of them are just not. I'm sorry. Like
the last time I was at the DMV, yeah.
I think maybe it's like a requirement. Like, do you know how to be miserable at customer service? Okay, you're hired.
I feel like that's always with the state, whether it's going to the iPass, which is the local towing company, or going to the DMV, or going to the courthouse. You always just deal with like disgruntled ass people.
Attitudes.
That's why I like going prepared. Like I was in line, the gentleman behind me was like, "Well, you have quite a lot of paperwork there," and I said, "You know what? I have everything and then some of what I need because I don't want to waste their time. I don't want them to waste my time. I want to make sure all my shit's in order, and I say who I am on this paperwork that I have because I'm not coming back here." And granted, I waited outside about a good 15, 20 minutes, but then I waited about another 30, 35 minutes inside, but their whole system just seemed kind of weird. But
that's still a good amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, but not compared to what I'm hearing people are waiting just outside an hour,
for hours.
2 hours, and then by the time you get inside, they hit you with we're
No,
going to lunch now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was sitting there as a lady called and she's like, well, we go to lunch in an hour, so if we get here, you're probably going to wait even longer, so we should just maybe come in in the next 2 hours, not within the next 30
my
minutes.
god, I would be so mad.
Yeah, as you're like, what if you're the person that's about to go in and then like, hold on, flip, you lose your shit.
And then how long is their lunch? Like, is it 20 or is it like an hour?
I would guess they probably get an hour. I don't think they would. You know why I say I guess an hour? Because typically some jobs is a 30-minute lunch, 2 15-minute breaks. But I think for them to be with everything going on, they probably want to bang everything out. Hence, banging out the photos. So like the way they did the photos is kind of
weird terminology to like use for this
banging everything out. You want to bang everything out, boom, boom, bang.
Oh, they're gonna bang it out.
Yeah. Bang it out, just boom, 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 bang, boom, 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 bang.
I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, it's DMV. But the photos, they're set up instead of like, you know, you do your whole paperwork, all your shit, snap a picture, that whole business. They just said anybody here that's getting anything, form of any ID, we're gonna just come up one by one. We're gonna just pop and go, pop and go, pop and go, or bang and go, bang and go, bang and go.
Oh my god. I can't believe you're ready, like, because you're like a ham.
No.
And anytime there's a camera, like, you're fucking ready. Like, I'll never forget, this is like totally sidetracked, like when we've gone to Las Vegas and we're doing the zip line, and you know, there's a camera that's like, you know, taking your picture on it. And so we're taking it, and I'm like an ugly face. I'm like, I have like 4 chins. I'm like, dude, you know, and then Eli's picture's like this.
I like this.
Like all perfect, like he like stood that way the entire time until the camera. Like you're always ready.
Yeah, and the thing is, she's like, and as I was sitting there, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, man, I'm like, do I smile? Do I stay serious? You like all this fucking thought that I know other people think?
Anxiety.
But you're not prepared for it. You're not prepared whatsoever. They're like, all right, hold on, adjust yourself, get in the center. And you're like, okay. And then they're like, boom. And you're like, fuck. So, like, legit, they gave me a temporary one. Oh, you haven't seen this
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, they gave me a temporary
Let me
one.
see.
Look at that thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Can you laugh any fucking louder? Jesus Christ, talk about confidence. Yeah, there we go.
Great, everyone gets to see how obnoxious I look when I laugh. Oh my god, it's all beard. I feel like you're like this.
Yeah, because she said adjust your head to the little thing, and I'm gonna try to. I don't know if you guys could make some of that out right
Probably
there.
not.
But yeah, I'll probably post it on the story or on our Instagram, Bona Fide _BS for you guys to check out. And
Let me see one more time.
Yeah, it just looks. It honestly looks like a fucking county shot.
Yeah, you look like a criminal.
Like I just
sure.
fucking got picked up on a Saturday night for a fucking DUI.
Yeah.
Like.
You're definitely on.
It fucking sucks. I don't like it.
You're definitely on, like, what is it, 26 in California?
Yeah, 26 in Cali. Those who know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Don't
ask me how.
You know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that when I receive the actual ID and it has some color to it,
maybe like they put a filter on it.
Like, did you do a Paris on there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Paris fixed everything.
I mean,
like, one swipe, done.
I'm just hoping that maybe with the color in it, maybe it might offset it. But yeah, you could tell. You know me, obviously. Like you could tell. Like I got look up pop. Like, I was like, she said adjust, and I went to adjust. She's like pop, and I'm like, and I wonder like if they do it purposely.
You're like that potato.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, retake. She's like, start the scene of photo shoot.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck, if the lines die down or they go back to some normalcy at the DMV, I might just go back and be like, I don't like the picture, I want to retake it.
I don't think you could do that, can you?
I don't know, I'll be like, I lost this motherfucker, I want a new picture.
Oh my god.
I don't know,
They'll probably just pull it up and print you a new one.
You know what, let's just see when the color on the picture comes on, maybe, because that's in black and white, maybe the color might do some justice.
Yeah, right.
That shit's abrupt as fuck, and I'm sure a lot of people out there can relate to that shit, because that shit's just...
Definitely. My favorite is when I go there and they're like, okay, you're still like 5'6", blah blah blah. Do you still weigh the same? Like, yeah, bitch. Can't you tell?
No, you know what I did?
Can't you fucking tell? I still weigh 130 pounds.
Wait, she goes because my OG. I took that ID that my driver's license. I haven't went to an actual DMV to renew it because I got none of the bullshit, no marks, anything. So you could like renew just online. They send you a little thing, you put the confirmation code in, and they mail it to you. No going to DMV.
Okay, calm down, driving Miss
And the crazy thing is
we all
that
know you don't speed.
my weight on that ID was like 155. So she's like, so first you do, are you still a donor? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a voter? Yes or no? Yeah. She's like, are you still 155 pounds? I was like, nah.
Yeah. You're like, yep.
I was honest. I was like, nah.
You're like, just my dick.
Yeah. I was like, we're at top half of the bottom half. What did you say you got lunch again? But I was like, no, I'm not. She's like, so not 155. I was like, no, I'm actually 156. So
yeah, you were honest.
Yeah. I was like, more like 155 and a half. Yeah.
I've gained a couple, you know how it is.
You know, COVID, you know, back on an extra 1 pound.
Oh
you know,
God.
but yeah, I was just like, and the other crazy thing that I realized is like, that's all open forum, so everybody's hearing all that shit loud.
Yeah.
Like your weight, your height.
You're like, lower your voice, man.
Yeah, I was like, oh damn, how come you couldn't just point at it and be like, are you still?
It's like when I went to Target to pick up I got medication because I'm like super allergic.
Oh my god, that's classic.
I'm super allergic to bug bites, mosquitoes, any bugs, and they
This
like
is
legit
fucking
won't go
classic.
away. So I had to go to the doctor to get actual creams. I think they said it was steroid cream and whatever else to heal it and make it go away. So I go to Target to pick it up. And they're like, okay, do you know what you have to do? I'm like, yeah, I just fucking rub that shit. I'm like, I don't need to know. Like, yeah, I'm good. The lady, for some godforsaken reason, decides to tell me anyways, okay, so on the infected area where the rash is, out loud. I'm like, bitch, why don't you fucking talk into the intercom so all of Target can fucking hear you? Put on the infected area, make sure it's clean. Make sure the rash area is clean. I'm
And
like,
what you were
Jesus
doing before,
fucking
stop doing.
yeah, I'm like, oh my god. Like, bitch, lower your voice, inside voice, you know what I mean? So,
I wonder that the whole thing with that is because typically when I pick up my prescriptions at Walgreens, I know you're not going there right now. We got some beef. You got some beef with Walgreens.
Yeah, they're jag bags.
Well,
Fuck you, Walgreens.
The one particular
Fuck
location's
you.
got jag bags. Yeah.
Walgreens on Bartlett on 59.
Jesus Christ! You want the address or?
Oh my
Hold
god.
on. Since we're sharing. You just fucking roll out my whole fucking driver's license out there.
Get your social security
Yeah.
card.
Since we're sharing 485 32 23 29. Guess what that number is? Yeah, I mean, they just tell you, like, I'm glad, maybe that's part of the jag bag list. They're just like, here's your medicine.
They are.
Here's your shit, take it. They're not going to be like, hey, that rash on you want to clean this up in that area. Damn.
Oh, shit.
You just knocked him
He's
out.
fine.
Yeah, boom again.
He's fine.
But yeah, just to kind of close that whole DMV situation out. I mean,
Oh my God.
it's just crazy. God bless the workers that are working there. God bless you if you got to go stand in that line.
I can't wait till Martin has to
Pro
go to the
tip.
DMV and take his picture.
Like I said, pro tip for everyone out there: when you guys are look for a very rural DMV, in a rural area, because it'd be worth the drive because you get to a little drive, a little scenery, than going to the more city style congested one because you're going to be there for fucking hours.
I might have to go out there when I have to
Chronicles
do my...
of the DMV.
Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, no, I was just saying, can you imagine when Martin has to go there? Oh my god, he's gonna be a mess taking a picture. He doesn't like taking pictures as it is, and then to take pictures in front of, like, you know, a whole crowd and in front of someone. Oh my god, he's gonna be a mess.
He's gonna be all over the place, I can imagine. I mean, you know what? There was because that location was saying some shit about, like I was telling you, where they're like, we're not gonna do actual people drive testing till late in the afternoon, which again, that piles up fast.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're only open from like 8 to 5, so.
Yeah, it's not very long. So.
No, that is not. That is not.
Speaking of Martin, shout out to him for using my brand new shampoo that I bought specifically for my color treated hair right now. I want to fucking kill this kid. Are you kidding me? I go to fucking Ulta to buy my shampoo because it's colored, obviously. Shout out to the bestie Gabby for coloring my hair. It took 9 hours on a Saturday, but anyways. I know.
Why come to us, Gabby?
Yeah, I just get it today. And then he's like, oh, the new shampoo smells like cotton candy or some shit like that. What the fuck are you touching that for? Well, why did you put it there? Because it's my shelf. I'm like, man, you should be washing your hair with dish soap. Honestly, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, you should be washing your stuff with like the all-in-one where it's toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, body soap.
Fucking acne medicine. I don't know.
All-in-one.
All-in-one.
Those all-in-ones are not good. I've heard some.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
For us, yeah, it matters. Yeah. We can't use that shit. You'll end up bald. My skin will like disintegrate. Who knows what the fuck will happen? He's fine. We all used it when we were young, right? Like that's just kind of the thing that you do when you're young. You use that kind of shit.
I'm trying to think.
Right?
You know, because when I was young.
What did you use? Like, stop. Don't tell me.
You know what? They were a big Head and Shoulders family. So that shit was fucking expensive. Still is. Like
that was expensive?
Yeah,
That's not expensive now.
To me, cheap shampoo is like your VO5, which is like 10 for $1. Your cheap
shampoo. but what's it called?
I mean, I'm not saying it's fucking Nexus, but I mean,
Nexus ain't great
you're
either.
still looking about $5-6 a bottle for that shit.
Oh. Maybe. I don't know.
And Nexus was supposed to be top line.
You know. Yeah, it was. I don't know how much
my mom
it
used
is
to
now.
my mom only had it like maybe once a year, and that was like when she went to go get her hair done. Obviously, the stylist.
Why wouldn't you get it for her? We worked for the company.
This is way before that whole. I'm talking about when it was still in the blue bottle before it went gray and you designed the new shit. I'm talking about back in the like 90s when it was the wall white with the blue cap.
Yeah, Nana used to get that too. That was her shit.
That was my
Always.
and I remember her just like it was like spending because she was spending money to get her hair done. So it was like, yeah, throw in a bottle of the shampoo and conditioner too. You know, but then it's like the month later. Back to good old Head and Shoulders.
See, when it's gone, you know?
And I think
that shit is expensive, and you don't realize until, like, I started for real getting my hair colored and stuff, and you realize not only do you have to pay for, obviously, all the work that has to be done, and it's a lot of work when you have to, like, get your hair colored, and, but then you have to take care of it after, because if you use shitty shampoo, all that color you just paid hundreds of dollars for literally just comes fucking bleeding out, and it's, like, heartbreaking. So you have to, like, there's no choice.
I mean, I'm just, like I said, some of our listeners I'm sure can relate. That's definitely something. I mean, I use the bare basics when I do go for like.
Yeah, you use whatever. Honestly.
Yeah, I just kind of if I feel like my hair getting.
I don't get you usually shitty kinds, but I don't get you amazing kinds either because you don't.
Nah, that tree oil, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That Aaron put me onto was pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
She was strong as hell. Like you.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. It smells like a spa. It's
yeah,
the best.
but like
I love that.
My eyes would fucking like I didn't get it in my eyes.
Your eyes burn regardless, though. You always come out of the shower and your eyes are red.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're doing
for
in
some
there.
fucking reason all the time with like bloodshot red eyes, and I know what it is, and like they're itchy a little bit, and like the kids are like, "Why are your eyes red? What's going on with your eyes?"
Yeah, you come out looking not right.
Yeah, like if I fucking went in the shower and go fucking smoke a bowl in the fucking shower, which I know, but I'm just like,
no.
They come out beat ass red, and it takes a while for them to come down. So yeah, I don't even know what that.
I wish I was smoking bowls in the shower.
How's that gonna work for you if you got this water and it's gonna keep the fires in?
Our shower is open. I could have a little table. Like I have a plan when it does happen. Okay, there's a table. You go outside.
Like, I got schematics.
Yeah, you step out a little bit. Okay, and then you step back in. That's it. It's so easy.
You're like, I got a bench, I got a table.
Yeah, it's so easy. Like we literally, we don't have a door in our shower. Like you could literally just do whatever the fuck you need to do. I'm not saying that I do it.
But you're saying you're planning it at some point.
But I'm saying I could do it.
And you have the proper schematics.
Right.
To lay everything out. And
I don't know what schematics is, but I have it.
The blueprints. Your as-builts.
Go ahead. As-builts?
No, as-builts. As-builts are when you build a building.
As-builts?
As-builts.
Has-builts?
As-builts.
What are you saying? As-builts?
Yeah. You're like, as-builts? Sprinkles in Deutsch?
Asmus?
Yeah. Asmus? Rain? Netflix? What the fuck? You went through like a fucking flashback there. Asmus?
I love that show.
Yeah. Rain? Netflix?
Does anyone watch Rain on Netflix? I think they haven't had any new episodes, but anyways, it's very good if you want to binge it.
I couldn't get into it. Yeah,
yes, you did. You were watching for a while with me.
That was one of those shows that you watch that I watch if like I'm there, but I won't be like, oh my god, I gotta see the next
I thought it was really good. I really liked it.
It's like same thing with like 90 Day Fiancé. 90 Day Fiancé, like I don't dedicate like, oh my god, it's Sunday. I'm like, if you're watching it,
whatever,
I'll watch it.
You love it too. You love.
No, I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. But when have you seen me like, oh my god, we gotta put it on. I gotta go out of my way. I gotta do it. Like I've never. That's not one of those ones.
Because you know you could always catch up because you follow all those pages on Instagram.
Yeah, and I think I just get my dose and then call it a fucking day. I haven't been really like. It's not one of those ones where I dedicate like the dark side of wrestling, all the shit on Viceland. Like Viceland always fucking takes care of.
What about the thing that you said you wouldn't like and now you do like?
No, I didn't. I was just sitting there waiting to go to sleep.
That's a lie, because you were going to go a second episode, roll it in. You were just going.
I did watch the second episode.
I told you I wanted to watch it. You're so rude.
You know what? If I was to sit here and wait to watch everything you wanted to watch together, I wouldn't watch nothing. Because you fucking get up so early to work out that you knock out so fucking early. Then I'm sitting there like, then I'm like, oh, she's going to like that. Oh, I better not. She might like this one too. Oh, wait a second. This looks like she'll be interested in it. So that was just one where I couldn't like, again, these last couple weeks.
You couldn't help yourself.
Trying to sleep.
You've been making fun of me all up until this point, like, oh, MTV, true crime, whatever. And then you watched it, and then you couldn't stop watching it.
That first episode was like,
you were like, oh, I really like it. It's over. No, I heard you. I was like half asleep, but I heard you.
The first episode, I was like, man, the second episode.
Go, it's over. I like it. You literally said that.
Oh, no, I was joking because that was the one with what happened with the kid in New York.
No, whatever.
Yeah, de lo mío personal. Yeah, so I was like, oh shit, and I got to the bottom of that. Like I said, there's only so many things that I really, really like, and that I commit to when it comes to watching. like to sit there and regurgitate TV.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's football. Like I love my Bears, and I watch football on Sundays, and I catch the game of the week. F1.
Oh my God, I'm shocked.
F1, baby.
Like, you will not wake up early on the weekends. Okay, Saturdays,
Yeah.
Sundays, whatever. I mean, you try, but usually you don't. But the one time you do wake up is for F1.
Yes.
And you're like, you are a newbie fan.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like this was like, oh, I've always been whatever.
No.
This is like seriously so brand new, and you're like so gung
You know,
ho.
Al messaged me. Shouts to my big brother Al. Al Get Hype, the original villain. He hit me up and he was like, bro, you're really like into this. I was like, bro, no, you dove into this. I
So
go
into
head
it.
fucking first.
Ready to get every fucking shirt, outfit, hat, anything known to man.
For those
for
of you guys
F1.
who know out there, you know who this is, number 44,
Oh my God.
Hamilton right there, Team Mercedes. What you know about that?
Nothing. I don't know anything about
Lewis Hamilton. You know,
Oh
they got
my
all
God.
the
that.
British.
Oh my God, you're so annoying.
Max
And-
Verstappen.
No, you're so annoying. The worst part is at the end. What's the song?
Oh, so at the end of
Oh
every
my
end of
God,
every
Jesus
race,
Christ.
you get your first, your second, your third place winners, right? 10 people would qualify for points, but the top three are the top three that would get a trophy.
It's like just when I think you can't be more annoying, you are.
So wherever they're at, depending what country they're at, which my favorite so far is Monaco. Monaco's fucking. Oh my
Okay.
God, I want to go to Monaco.
You think our listeners watch F1? You think?
Maybe. You never know. You know what? Surprisingly, there was quite a few people on my Instagram that
Listen,
were like,
lower your voice.
Wait,
okay?
that I didn't
Calm
know
down.
they watched, and they were messaging like, bro, what about this weekend? Oh my God, you. I'm like, man, where are all these fucking closet F1 fans? And why am I the only one
Oh
saying
my
like
God.
it's something to hide about? But no, the one person that I know always watches my boy Mac. Shout out to my boy Mac. It's a Drew Estate family right there. Him and I, we always go back and forth texting each other about the craziness. If there's anyone that another friend of mine that I engage with about it, it's with him. We'll text each other. We'll check in about stuff that's going on. But what was I saying about that? It was I lost my train of thought there.
You said, oh, my favorite's Monaco.
Oh, Monaco, but the tracks. But you were talking about what
Oh,
is ignorant.
whatever.
So
the
what
song,
it is
yeah.
when you have your three winners, they do whatever they're at, the national anthem, and then they play the celebration song, which is
that. Oh
which is my favorite. They start hitting the champagne, they're spraying each other, spraying their team members down, the mechanics and all that. That's one of my favorite parts because it's just cool because it's like that whole race, depending where they're at and how many laps they had to do, the stress of driving those cars. It's just in all of that. At the end, they could just let loose and just pop. And it's always some big ass ignorant bottle of champagne that they're popping on everybody.
Yeah, where
but,
did they get that?
yeah,
I'd like that bottle.
I mean, the F1's got money. I mean,
That's my favorite part
It's
of
got
it.
money, and the way I got hooked into it was through the Netflix show that they have on F1. I ended up when you were out in Vegas. I ended up
Yeah.
binge watching the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's
of
when it all started.
And I didn't realize that, my boy Fabio used to always tell me, like, oh man, F1 this, and he does the MotoGP shit, like, and I was like, I don't know if I could get into it. But that show on Netflix gives you a look into all those drivers, all those companies, and I'm always a sucker for a backstory, so then it just fucking got me hooked, man, and I love it, and I watch it, and I want to
They
go to
have
Miami and
like,
see a race.
I think you said that they have like pretty intense workouts too, right?
Yeah, the workouts are insane, like that
And I
whole
feel like-
hand visual, eye contact, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's one. It's sport. Do they call it a sport?
Yeah, it's a sport.
A sport. That's one sport. I guess you wouldn't think that there's intense training for. Like it's more like, oh, you got to know how to drive and you gotta,
Yeah.
whatever. But I guess you really do have to be fit, pretty fit, and there's a lot of
Because
different.
you got to be a certain weight. You got to
Yeah.
weight a certain amount of weight when you get in your car, and they weigh you when you get out
right.
because of the car and whatever. But yeah, the workouts are really
Which is
intense.
crazy. I would never think that. I would just think, well, you weigh what you weigh. If you know how to drive, you know how to drive. But
No,
it's like
it has to
boxing,
do with
where you're like, you get weighed in before you box, right? And if you're
to
not
do within
there,
that thing. And their whole thing is the weight in the car. There's only so much weight you can have. The drag when you're racing,
Yeah.
the wind and all that.
when you think about it now, I'm like, that makes sense. That you can't be like
No, they were-
300 pounds driving, or
in
else.
the Netflix special, like you get to see them like doing these like hitting the lights on the wall, training techniques to work out these weights on their head, their visual stuff, just the strength training.
Yeah, that's
some of these
crazy.
guys, like I said, they're sitting in there, and some of these courses is the tracks are insane. Like you literally are like turning with seconds going 100 something miles an hour. So you gotta like your reaction to everything. And then it started raining Sunday too during the race, and a big accident happened. Like you have to be on it. There's like zero room for error.
Yeah, I think that part is really interesting. I think that's the part, I mean, since I really like stuff, anything really health and fitness, is really interesting. I mean, that's how kind of I got into like wrestling and stuff. Not that I love it now, but I like watching it because
Wrestling's really good checking it out.
I've seen the like background of it and how they train, and to me that's really impressive because that's hard. That's really a commitment to like yourself, the sport, and everything, and that's not easy.
And here's a real quick thing before, obviously, I'm excited to talk about F1 as you know, I could talk about it for a minute, but the crazy thing is a lot of these drivers that are driving now that you see in F1, F2, and F3, but F1's like the big boys league. They've been racing little go-karts since they were young, like Eli's age all the way up. Like,
really?
So a lot of these, it's always funny. They'll show the comparison of like, they'll be like, well, these guys, he's first, he's second. These guys look, they'll flash back to when they were racing go-karts.
Yeah.
And some of these families, like the one guy that won this past weekend, like his parents moved in a trailer around Europe so that he could do go-karting, and now he finally won his first race.
Aww,
yeah, so it's crazy.
That's so cute.
Yeah, Esteban, and it's crazy to see, like, and I'm like, man, I thought that's not something you could just be like, and maybe you could. I don't know if you got the money. Like, there's some drivers that come from money. But it's one of those things where... I think
any sport like that, it gets so expensive so fast.
You can't just hop in there and be like, oh, I'm 22, I want to start racing. No, you got to have this career. And those cars, like they estimated the one car that crashed and got all bent out of shape at like $1.something million.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and all it is like all like carbon fiber body with an engine, and yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, that's a lot. I can't even imagine what it costs to do stuff like that when you're that young and or growing up, even like in your teens. I mean, I think even kids in sports, like, you know, we have a lot of friends that's kids, our kids are not in sports, they're not very interested in sports whatsoever. But we do have a lot of friends whose kids are in sports, and when I hear the amount of money that has to be invested in, not only just for their training, but for their suits, but for their, you know, for their travel and all that stuff, you know, that's hard. That's hard as parents. So I can only imagine if you're even struggling just a little bit to have to put that money in.
It's like I was sharing a story with Alec, because there's one driver who's Mexican, and he, like, his parents let him at a young age move to Europe. He was practically by himself because they had faith in him, and he went to Europe and he was trying to make it on his own. And I mean, now he's driving for Team Red Bull. You know what I mean? He's like the number 2 guy for Red Bull.
I think when you can see in your child, in your teen, whatever, young adult, that they are truly in their heart committed and it's something they love. It's not just like, you know, something wishy-washy, like, yeah, I love it, I want to do this, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's when I would be able to like let go and be like, okay, like you can do that. You know what I mean?
No, and I've told that to both our kids, more our oldest and our youngest. But I told like Martin, I was like, hey, I go, whatever you want to get all in on, I'm all in on you with it.
Yeah.
Because I never was given that opportunity. It was always some resistance or something like, well, what about this, or well, what's going to be the return? And I told him, if you're really dedicated to something, I'm your biggest fucking fan, and I'll dedicate the time, the money, and the effort. But if you're not going to put no dedication in it and you want to do it for 5 minutes, then I'm not going to waste my time and I'm not going to waste my money or my resources. But if you want to go in on it, and we've had this conversation amongst ourselves about our kids, like, I'm willing to go all chips in. I'm willing to be the parent. Like, if I feel like that you're going to go ahead and be the baddest fucking racer, I'll fucking do what we got to do to fucking make you get there. But if you don't want to,
and more than anything, like, I want him to, because our son Martin, like, I feel like everything that he's done, he's been really good at. I'm not even just like blowing smoke up his ass because he's my kid. I'd be like, he's
so good that he gets fucking bored at it. It's like, I don't want to do it.
You know, like our youngest sucks at Legos. Like his brain is just not there. But Martin, like, he has done a lot of things.
He's musically inclined.
Yeah, he's very musically inclined actually. But our eldest has just been so good at like everything that he's done, whether it was like taekwondo or like
basketball, soccer.
Yeah. But he just has no interest in it. And
MMA, when he was doing MMA too.
Yeah, they said he was doing so good. I think maybe he'll get into that again. But I just want him to have the confidence. I feel like his confidence just isn't there. And I want him to have that so that he can excel in doing those things. But, you know, I think sometimes it's like that weird age where he's crossing over from like really young adult to like kind of an adult, you know, or maybe young kid to young adult. and it's just that weird space where, you know, you're just not so confident in yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Did you ever feel like you hit that kind of road where, I don't know.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know, where maybe you were confused on what you wanted to do or who you were. I don't know what you wanted to look like, you know, dress like, or, you know what I mean?
No, I always had like, and you know me, like when I get into something, I get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you've just been focused for so long.
Yeah, I'll just go all out for whatever I'm into. Like I've never had like an awkward space where I didn't know what I want to do. I guess maybe when it comes to like the corporate life, maybe. But as far as everything else, growing up as a teen, like I was whatever the latest trend was. I had my shit together. Whatever was going on, I was into it. Whether it was musically, whether it was fashion, whether it was whatever was happening, I was just always hip and I was always into it. Even like during the time when we were young and computer, like I jumped on computers and wanted to learn programming and have computers and was doing stuff when the internet came out and legal and illegal, you know, on there.
Yeah.
And I was always open to getting into shit and diving head first with stuff. Same thing like with DJing. Like I was like, man, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put all my effort into it, and I'm gonna learn everything about it and get equipment and whatever. Like I've always felt like I had a plan.
They're just so different these days. The kids, you know, they're growing up so differently. They act different. You know, their behavior, the emotions are so different than when we were growing up.
Very.
Because I guess now that you said that, I definitely went through awkward phases, but at the time I never felt that awkward. You know what I mean? Like I always changed, like you said, kind of with the times. My fashion changed as I got older, obviously, with, you know, growing up or different groups of friends or, you know, whatever. But I never felt like, I don't know, that like lost maybe. By now, like teens are growing up so differently now and are so influenced by way too much around them. I think that it's confusing.
Way too much, and I think
it's
too like
to them.
I think like a lot of the music too. And me, I'm obviously a fan of music. A lot of the music's super, especially raps, like right now, is super emo and emotional. Whether you're Lil Uzi Vert, your Playboy Cardi's, like it's always like, I don't know what I want, don't know what I need. She doesn't love me, she doesn't love me anymore. I'm her team. So it's like
we had our like emo music, but it's just like different. It felt different.
Emo music was like definitely like hard, whether rock, looking black hair, like it was actual emo. Now you got rappers rapping, so they're trying to have like this thug look. But then it's like, she left me and I can't do this, and I miss her and she's breaking my heart, fucking my heart, I'm gonna drink these pills, and it's just like the only one when it comes to emo rap that I did rock with was Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD has some good content, R.I.P. Juice WRLD. But a lot of the other ones, I'm like, I was watching some of the clips from Playboy Cardi performing at Lollapalooza this weekend, and I was just like, the fuck is he moaning and saying? Everybody's just in a trance, like, they're like, oh, you know, he just gets the emotions, and I feel like listening to some of that shit might make some of these kids feel emotions that they don't need to feel. Like, I feel depressed and I feel bad now. But then you're listening to the same shit.
And the kids now, like, their emotions are on 10. Like, you know, when people say, oh, yeah, boy, it must be easier. No. Because boys now, their emotions, girls, boys, emotions, whoever, everything in between, like, all the emotions are the same, I feel like. They're very high. They're so sensitive. That's why that's why we have all the cancel culture stuff, because like everyone of like the new generation is so emotional and sensitive to stuff. That's why.
And I also feel like there was a shift, I want to say maybe about well over 10 years ago, where women are just like flip tables and like they're the ones getting in more fights. They're the ones going out there like, I'm gonna beat her ass, I'm gonna roll up.
From what I hear, from what we hear from our son Martin, and then from even like my niece and some of our other family members.
Yeah, the girls are just like, ready to throw down.
Fighting.
Like it's just like they don't care whether they can't fight or they could. They're just.
I guess they feel like the women power. You know what I mean? The women's movement. It's like,
fucking
fuck you. We could do it too. If you could fight, we could fight too. You know what I mean?
It's crazy because I remember there's this term, and I'm not gonna say it on our podcast. I remember a gentleman told me when we were in the club about the shift in women, how they're acting like men, and the men start acting like women, and I'll never forget that. And I was like, man, bro, I think you're right. And then it's true. You fast forward these last 7 to 10 years, and it's been like a complete shift, and it's very interesting.
Because there's more, the lines are just so blurred now, in a good way, in a lot of things. You know what I mean? But I think that's why it isn't so just like, oh, man or a woman. Oh, there's many things in between now, and we all cross over and do different things that, you know, each other's, you know, do. Like, why, you know, for men, like before when, you know, usually you guys are not supposed to, or maybe maybe not known to be so emotional or show your emotions. Like,
Oh, yeah.
why? Now it's like, why? Why
You
shouldn't
know
you?
what?
Like,
And
isn't that a part of life? And isn't that like healthy for you, for your mental health, for all that? You know what I mean?
That's something else that I had a conversation with our son about, where I was like, growing up, I was told, you're a man, you're supposed to be a man, you gotta be blah, 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 blah. But I told him in a sense of like, if you want to talk to me. If you want to share an emotion, share it with me. Do I mean it like, I do what I want, I say what I want, she don't love me? I don't mean that. I'm I call it the little Uzi Vert syndrome. But I mean, if you got something in your mind, fucking say it. I'm not gonna think of you any less. You're not gonna be any less. Because that was just the kind of mentality during our age and our generation, where it was just like, you're a man, you gotta be a man. You're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to toughen up and da 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 da. You don't take no shit. You don't get teary eyed. You don't fucking show emotion. And sometimes you do gotta let emotion out. You can't keep that shit covered up. But like I said, with everything there comes a cap, and I think right now there's no cap, and meaning not the actual no cap, but I mean like no cap on the limit of what people say and feel when it comes to emotion nowadays, and it's kind of really interesting.
You know what else I kind of wondered, pertaining to like the girl boy thing, is the other day when you were out of town, I was watching that Kevin Hart movie, and something about dads. Anyways, fatherhood, that's what it's called. Anyways, so his daughter went to a private school, or maybe it was like a Catholic school or something like that. And in those schools you have to wear uniforms.
Yeah.
And so boys wear the trousers, girls wear the skirts. And I wonder if you could do either. I don't know, because our kids don't, go to a private school. But I wonder, you know what I mean? Because
probably
why?
Not because it's private, so they'll tell you
But why do girls have to wear skirts all the time? They can wear like cute girl pants, trousers.
Hey, pants.
You know what I mean? Yeah, hey pants. Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. Hey pants. I mean, look at that. Back in the day, that was way back in the day. As what the movie depicts, and everybody's like, she's got trousers on.
Yeah, the ongoing. So Jungle Cruise, The Rock's Jungle Cruise, so funny. I really like that movie. It was full of dad jokes, which is like right up.
For being a Disney movie,
right up my fucking alley. So, but in there, it was based in what year was that? 19...
something rather or other, yeah. It's way
like
back
30s or 40s?
Yeah,
like
I would say like 30s.
And the wife, the main character, not the wife, the sister, one of the main characters was wearing trousers. And he was like, well, don't wear trousers. You're going to draw attention to yourself because the women are supposed to, be pretty in skirts.
And da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
it's that time where the gentlemen wear suits and...
It's crazy. It's crazy to me how things have changed, and I think it's all like just when Bad Bunny was wearing that skirt that one time. I'm like, it's crazy. I think it's awesome. I think it's just a way of expressing yourself and fashion. Too. Yeah, and a statement, which is even more amazing that he did that. But it's a way of expressing yourself.
In Scotland,
and
they were
okay.
Scotland, they do the little skirts and they got the little thing in their.
Yeah, but that's because of their
tradition.
Their tradition and everything.
But yeah, I mean, it's like people are like, oh my god, a guy's got a skirt on. It's like most guys do their thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I dig it. As long as you're expressing yourself and you feel like that's you and you're not, I guess, mocking anyone or whatever. I think that's amazing.
I've always been a proponent. If that's what you like and that's what you do, man, more power to you. I'm not gonna yuck nobody else's young. You know what I mean? Like, have at it. That's your business. I'm not gonna get into your shit. Chuck's rolling around there in the room.
Yeah, I know. He's a heavy jumper. He's gained a little of the COVID weight for sure.
He's been gaining COVID weight since before COVID came out.
JC said he's fat.
Yeah.
I don't think he's fat though. Do you think he's fat?
He's like what a good parent would call a fat kid. Oh, he's just husky.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a little husky.
He's just husky.
He's fine.
So if we go to Sears, we gotta go to the husky section.
I know. Your son is husky.
I do have a husky son.
Yes, you do. I have bought every single pair of pants from every single store in the past God only knows how many weeks for back to school shopping, and I bought every size known to man, and it feels like nothing fits him. So, but anyways.
As a parent, he's a growing boy.
He's a growing boy. He is.
He's hitting a growth spurt and he's sprouting.
Yep. Full grow out of it.
But he's also where you gotta gear some of the huskiness, or else the huskiness will turn into other types of activities.
Yeah. We don't want that. It's in the genes.
It's in the genes.
Yeah, I don't know. So what else?
Did we get any questions? Anything else got going on?
Oh, you know what I meant to check too, and I didn't.
Before we get on out of here and let our folks know that we wish them well, is there anything on the docket that you had on your mind, or?
Let me see.
As you're looking there on your telephone.
I know I had asked the question before. Oh, this was kind of stupid though. But I posted one where it was, oh my god, there's so many. Holy cow.
So much.
I had posted.
Not only did you not listen to our podcast, you know, you post messages.
I got a lot going on, okay? Like a lot. I had posted ruin a movie by replacing one word in the title with foreskin.
Let's close out the show like
Let's roll these out. Okay. Okay, one of my besties said, "Pursuit of foreskin."
Oh shit.
AKA Pursuit of Happiness, if you did not know.
Nice.
Foreskin Gump. That's really good. You said this. Do you remember what you said?
No.
Fasten the foreskin.
Fasten the foreskin. That's right.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Wyatt said the same thing. That's hilarious. Foreskin Mountain. Oh my god.
Is that a roll back? There's a foreskin in there.
Holy shit. Foreskin and the Seven Dwarves.
Oh my god.
Foreskin and Furious.
This is where it goes. Everybody get the Fast and Furious later.
Twilight. New foreskin.
That's a good. I like that one. That one I didn't expect.
Lord of the Foreskin. Dirty foreskin. Gross.
Oh my god.
So gross.
That's a.
Yeah, for real. Foreskin pie. Oh my gosh. Holy
Those are
shit.
some fucking good ones.
These are, you know who most of them are from?
Don't say it.
Okay.
You don't put people on blast.
Okay, it's from JC.
Whoa.
Foreskin Beauty, An Officer and a Foreskin, A Close Encounter of the Foreskin Kind.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. Foreskins on a plane. Oh my god.
It's a snake.
A Foreskin on Elm Street. Oh my god. Okay, Goodwill Foreskin. A Miracle on Foreskin Street. Oh my god. Foreskin King. Shit, Jesus Christ. Brokeback Foreskin. Oh my god.
And just like always, we always end the show with some dick jokes of some sort. Those are some good ones. Shout out to everybody who sent those in. And for those of you who not
That was
not
really
know,
good.
you guys can send. I mean, you could redo the
I really
ones, too.
enjoyed those, honestly.
But we always put some stuff up on the Instagram at bonafide_BS. Make sure you guys check in with us there. We do try to check often. Obviously not often because we look and we're like, oh shit, there's a lot of people writing that.
I forgot that I had posted that, and I talked to my
does.
friend the other day. She's like, "Did you see all my amazing, things that I had said?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot."
Yeah.
I'm telling you, listen. Between obviously the podcast page, our personal pages, I run a business page for our family business, and then everything on top of it, work, kids. Sometimes it just falls by the wayside, but that doesn't mean that we have completely forgotten about everyone. So.
No, we had it. So. Well, like I said, make sure you guys check in with us there. We will make it a point to get back to you guys as always. It's been another great week rocking out with you guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in each and every other week here for the Bona Fide Bullshit Podcast. Don't forget, you guys, for those of you guys who are visually watching us, make sure you guys subscribe, click like,
and hit the Bona bell.
that
All
notification.
those
Make sure
notifications.
you guys know when we post a show. For all of you guys listening on all your favorite podcast platforms, we appreciate your support. Make sure you guys always tell a friend to share the podcast and let them know what are they missing out on.
A lot.
A lot.
They need to see our beautiful faces and hear my ugly laughs. They gotta hear it. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
A lot to take in. Peace out, guys. You guys are good.
See you in a couple of weeks. Peace out, bitches.